స్టార్ వి భక్తి టీవీని సబ్స్क्राइब చేసుకోండి, లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి।
सारी गमनिंचंडी एक बार ऑब्जर्व करिए, ये आप जो भी आज सुनेंगे, हाँ, कोई भी गाना भगवान के ग्लोरिफिकेशन में कोई भी गाना हम सुनते हैं, when we hear Lord's glorification, how we become happy, when we see somebody else glorifying Lord through dance, this dance, whatever is happening here, this is Iskcon Vedic Cultural Center. When somebody is coming and dancing here or singing here, what do you think? Is it for our happiness or is it for Lord's happiness? It is for Lord's happiness, it's not for our happiness. But when we please the Lord, we naturally become happy. That is the nature, because He is all Ananda, we become Ananda. But when we are performing the art also, we have to think this is for pleasure of the Lord, not for my pleasure or for the audience's pleasure. So that is most important. We need to remember that. We can be happy only when Lord is happy. He is Rishikesha, Rishikena Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Uttama. When we please the senses of the Lord, we become happy. So now we'll start Jagannath Ashtaka. कदाचित् कालिंदी तट विपिना संगीत करावो, कदाचित् कालिंदी तट विपिना संगीत करावो, कदाचित् कालिंदी तट विपिना संगीत करावो, मुदाभिरी नारी वदन कमला स्वाद मधुपा, रमा शंभु ब्रह्मा मरपति गणेशार्चित पादो, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, भुजे सगे वेणु शिरसि शिखि कटिताटे, दुकूलं निताते सहचरा कटाक्षं विदधाते, सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावन वसति लीला परिचयो, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, महाम्बोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिरे नीलशिखरे, वसन्तप्रसादान्त सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना, सुभद्रा मध्यस्था सकल सुर सेवा वसरादो, सुभद्रा मध्यस्था सकल सुर सेवा वसरादो, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, कृपा परवार सजन जलद श्रीरुचिरो, कृपा परवार सजन जलद श्रीरुचिरो, रमावाणी राम स्फुरनमलपङ्केरु मुखा, रमावाणी राम स्फुरनमलपङ्केरु मुखा, सुरेन्द्रैराध्य श्रुति गणशिखा गीता चरितो, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे, रवैया सदा काले काले प्रमथपति नागीत चरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे हरत्वं संसारं क्रूरतरं वसारं सुरपते हरत्वं पापानां वेदतिम् अपरां यादवपते अहो दीननाथे निहितचरणो निश्चितमिदं जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथाष्टकं पुण्यं या पठेत् प्रयतशुचिः सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा विष्णुलोकं स गच्छति जगन्नाथाष्टकं की जय।
नमो नमो तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमो तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमो राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ये अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ये अभिलाषी जे तुम्हार शरण लोई तारा वंचा पुनः हो जे तुम्हार शरण लोई तारा वंचा पुनः हो कृपा करी करो तारे वृंदावन वासी कृपा करे करो तारे वृंदावन वासी मोर अबिला विलास कुंजे दियो मोर अबिला विलास कुंजे दियो नयन हेरे बोल सदा जुगला रूपरासी नयन हेरे बोल सदा जुगला रूपरासी एमे वेदना धरो सकीरनुगत करो हे निवेदन धरो सकीरनुगत करो सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी दीना कृष्ण दासी को हे जय नमो प्रभुपद की दीना कृष्ण दासी को हे जय नमो रहो श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेम सदा जनवासी श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे ni cha pa pa ni తులసిదేవి ప్రణామం చేయండి. బృందదేవ్ తులసి మహారాణికి బృందాయ తులసిదేవ్యాయ ప్రియాయ కేశవత్సాయ విష్ణు భక్తి ప్రదేదేవి సత్యవతి నమో నమః. वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवत्साय विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेदेवी सच्चवते नमो नमः. वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवत्साय विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेदेवी सच्चवते नमो नमः. वृंदादेव तुलसी महारानी की जय.
Namaste everyone. Today I am going to tell you the story of how Lord Krishna protected the people of Vrindavan. Long time ago, Lord Krishna lived in a beautiful village called Vrindavan. There the people were farmers and cowherds. Every year they worshipped Lord Indra, the rain god, as they believed he would give them rain to grow their crops. One year, Lord Krishna asked his father Nand Baba, "Baba, why do we worship Lord Indra?" Nand Baba replied, "He gives us rain to grow our crops." Krishna smiled and said, "But Baba, our cows graze on Govardhan hill. The hill gives us fruits, water, grass and shelter. Shouldn't we thank Govardhan hill instead?" The villagers thought Krishna was right, so they prepared delicious food, sweets, butter, curd, milk and began to offer it to Govardhan hill. When Indra saw this, he became angry and said, "How dare you stop worshipping me?" In his anger, he sent black clouds to Vrindavan. Thunder roared, boom boom, lightning flashed across the sky. It rained heavily. The wind was so fierce. The cows began to shiver. The children began to cry. The people became frightened. They all ran to Krishna for help. Then Krishna did something amazing. He lifted the Govardhan hill on the little finger of his left hand. All the cows, people took shelter beneath it. It rained for 7 days and 7 nights. Krishna held the mountain without getting tired. When Indra saw this, he understood Krishna was no ordinary boy. He realized his mistake. He came down to Krishna with folded hands and said, "Please forgive me. I was wrong." Krishna kindly forgave him. The rain stopped. The sun came out and everyone rejoiced in Vrindavan. They thanked Krishna for saving their life. From that day onwards, we celebrate Govardhan Puja to remember Krishna's love and kindness. The moral of the story is, be humble, never be proud, and always trust God. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jagannath.
so confused that they were thinking to whom should they believe and whom should they not believe. And then the old Brahmin finally gave in and then told the truth that everything this young Brahmin has told is true. If he comes, let him go to Vrindavan and get Gopalji, and if he returns with Gopalji to our village, I promise to give my daughter in marriage. And then he said, go get Gopala, your witness. And then the young Brahmin went to Vrindavan and headed directly to Gopalji's temple and said, hey Gopala, please come with me, and then please come with me to my village. And then Gopalji said, I have never heard of a deity from walking to one place to another. And then the young Brahmin said, my lord, if you can talk, you can walk. It is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please come with me, even though you have never done this before. Gopalji was defeated by the Brahmin's devotion and said, fine, I'll come with you, but with one condition. I will walk behind you, but do not try to look at me. Look at me. If you look at me, I will stop walking. The sound of my anklets will assure you that I'm walking behind you. And so they started their journey. As they neared the Brahmin's village, the sound of the Gopalji's anklets stopped. And then the young Brahmin turned around and saw the beautiful face of Lord Gopala. Gopala said, because you failed to follow my condition, I'll stay here. You can go back home. Then he went to his village and called and told everybody about Gopalji's arrival. They were so surprised that seriously Gopala had come to the village just for his devotee. And then the old Brahmin went to Gopala and fell at his feet and said, oh Lord Gopala, please forgive me for this sin. So the marriage ceremony was held of the old Brahmin's daughter and the young Brahmin's marriage. And then after the marriage, Lord Gopalji said, you both are my eternal servants to the young and elder Brahmin. And then Lord Gopalji even said, ask me anything in favor, I'll do anything for you. And then they said together, please stay here so everybody around the world will know how merciful you are to your devotees. And then the Lord decided to stay there, and then devotees from all states came to Lord Gopala, and king built a beautiful temple known as Sakshi Gopala. Hari Bol.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming today and performing different things. I'm assuming most of the audience are children's parents, right? So today is like a third day of classes going on. So how many of you have come for the last 2 days? Did anybody come for the yesterday's class and day for yesterday's class? Or is this the first time? For how many of you this is the first class? Okay, that's fine. So have you ever been to any other Iskcon classes before? So this is almost the first of an class of Jagannath. Have you been to Jagannath classes before? Have you heard of Jagannath before? I mean, I'm sure you have seen Jagannath, right? Is this the first time seeing Jagannath? Okay. How many of you visited Puri? Good. Radhayatra? How many have gone to Puri Radhayatra? Great. Wonderful. So in life, at least once, they say you should go to Jagannath Radhayatra. Rather, you should pray that at least once Jagannath lets you come to his Radhayatra. Generally, Puri Radhayatra is not something you wanted to go and you can go. You wanted to go, you can wish for going, but unless he permits, it will not happen. That's what people keep saying. For Jagannath especially, he has to give that mercy. And he is a very merciful Lord. Jagannath is most merciful Lord of all the people basically. So they say, when you do sashtangam, right? You do sashtangam for God when you see God. In Puri, in Jagannath Puri, Puri is actually Jagannathpuram, Jagannath Puri, Puri. It has become now Puri basically, but otherwise it is Jagannath Puri, the place from where the Lord rules the world. Purushottama, this place, right? So the Lord is so merciful in Puri. If supposing you go there, you have not visited Jagannath temple, you have not done anything, but you stay for a night, you sleep in the hotel room, God says you are doing sashtangam for him. God treats it as if you are doing sashtangam for him. Though you are sleeping in the hotel room not thinking of the Lord, because you are sleeping in Puri, he thinks you are doing sashtangam. That merciful is Lord Jagannath. So we'll talk little bit of Jagannath story, right? So you know how the whole Brahmandam, who runs the whole world, who creates this, who is the person who gives you birth, who takes case of birth and death, right? Lord Brahma, right? Lord Brahma, he creates different living beings. So again, Bhagavatam says, Lord Brahma gives you a particular form based on your wish. According to your own desirability and desirability, Lord Brahma gives you a form. There are 84 lakhs of 84 lakhs of species. Out of those species, based on your desire and desirability. You know what those two words are, right? Desire and desirability. What are those two words? Can somebody explain? What is desire and desirability? Probably should have one mic running around. Who wants to explain these two words? Desire and desirability. How does these two words work? Huh? It's going to be an interactive session. I need answers from you. Desire and desirability. Two simple English words, right? Who wants to explain me these two words? Anybody? Raise your hand. No? Korika arahata. Desire and desirability means, right? Korika ante eviti, arahata ante eviti. Ever explain chestaru? Yes, Prabhu. Good, thank you.
Desire is what one wishes for.
What one wishes for.
Desirability is what the cosmos wishes you for.
Desirability is what the cosmos wishes you for. Okay, good answer. Any other answers? Any other answers? No, we all have a desire. We all want to buy a Mercedes Benz. But your pocket or your purse will allow you only to buy a Maruti car. One is desire, the other is desirability. Basically, based on what you can afford to, right? That is desirability. So the desirability that in the cosmic manifestation, desirability is nothing but how? Based on your karmic actions, based on your karma, based on your bank balance, how you can buy a car, based on your karma, you can desire something, but what it ultimately be given is based on what your karma is. A simple example I'll give you how it works. Because God is so merciful, He gives you whatever you ask. God gives you whatever you ask. There's no doubt about it. Based on your desirability. Desire is fulfilled based on your desirability. If you're able, so it might take some time, but whatever you wish, God will give you. For example, you're going from here, you're taking a car and just walking through. You're passing by nice villas. Oh, you would think, I'm living in an apartment. This villa is so nice. Desire, the desire is there, and you wish, God will give you. You did not even pray for it. Because you have the desire, God will give. But it will come to you based on your desirability. What does that mean? When you take your next birth, this is what Brahma is taking care of. When you're taking your next birth, he will see, oh, this man, he really wanted this villa. But he could not fulfill that villa desire. Let me in this lifetime, give him that villa. He will give you that villa. Based on your desirability, you might take birth as the owner of the villa, or the watchman of the villa, or a cockroach in the villa, or a lizard in the villa, but you'll enjoy the villa. See, that's how the desire and desirability works. But based on your desirability, if it is a lizard or cockroach, you don't even have to pay the EMI and still enjoy the villa. So you have to be careful on building both. How you are desiring it, how you are desiring it, and how you are building your bank balance, desirability, how you are building it. So Lord Brahma was looking at all these things basically. What is happening to these human beings? They're coming. What is happening to these living entities? They're going there, having a desire, they're coming back. There's not, based on their desirability, they're getting something, but sometimes the desire is fulfilled, not fulfilled. Sometimes it takes 2 birth times, 3 lifetimes to fulfill the desire. That's how it works. The theory of karma works that way. Sometimes it happens within the lifetime, sometimes it will happen few lifetimes later. I'll give you one more example and come back to the main story. You all know the Kurukshetra, the Mahabharata Yuddham, the Mahabharata war. At the end of war, Dhritarashtra came and asked Krishna, Lord Krishna, he said, Krishna, Arjuna killing all these Kauravas is a bogus thing. Bhima killing all these Kauravas is a bogus thing. I know their strength. It is only you who made them kill all my 100 sons. Without you, they could not have done. What did I do to see this fate of losing 100 children? Then Krishna tells him, Dhritarashtra, 1000 years ago, you were a prince. And during that time, you went to forest once for hunting. And in the process, you came across 100 eggs of a bird. And you destroyed them, and you enjoyed destroying them. So, as a result of that, you had to take 1000. As a result of that, you have to face today the same feeling that the birds felt by losing those 1000 eggs. For that reason, you lost all your 100 eggs. For that reason, you lost all your 100 children. Then Dhritarashtra asks, Krishna, you're telling me this happened 1000 years ago. Why did it take 1000 years? It should have happened immediately, right? Then Krishna said, for you to have 100 children, you had to get so much of positive credit, and for that it took 1000 years. So that's how this desire and desirability works. They say, if you take out all your skin, if you put your skin on the floor, and based on the number of births you have taken, if you take out all the skin from all the births, it will cover the entire earth at least once. See, that's the number of births we are taking. So Lord Brahma saw this. Why are these people coming here, going back, going back? There is no way, there is no exit out of this cycle of birth and death. He goes to Vishnu and he says, I'm getting bored of my job. My job, you are telling me, go give them based on their desire and desirability, give them the right body. If somebody is the entire life he spent thinking he wants to become a good swimmer, he gets a fish life, and the entire life he thinks of becoming a nice runner, he is getting a deer life and stuff like that. But then how to come out of this? Then Mahavishnu tells him, there is going to be this place called Puri, Jagannath Puri, Purushotamapuram. This is the place when if somebody visits, if somebody thinks of visiting, they'll get out of this birth cycle. Just thinks of visiting. Just imagine if you actually visit, how much of mercy you are going to get out of Jagannath Puri. And this is written in Skanda Puran, Vishnu Puran, Matsya Puran. There are a lot of other Puranas that has reference, but majority of Puri life is written in Skanda Puranam, basically. So that is how the Jagannath Puri the Nilachal temple has come. What today we call is Jagannath, this form we see, but the original form is Nilachal form, where Mahavishnu has the four limbs and everything. That's the form that Brahma has come and worshipped. Then Brahma said, Mahavishnu gave this boon to this thing to Brahma. Now Brahma is little relaxed, so I don't have to worry about these people coming back, and I don't have to think about their births and all this stuff. Then there's somebody else who is worried about it now. If these people don't do it, if they all get mukti, they all get moksha, then what do I do? My job is, I'm becoming jobless. And who is that? Yamadharmaraj. Yamadharmaraj is thinking now everybody is, where is my everybody is now getting liberated. Everybody is becoming mukti and vimukti. What is mukti and vimukti? Does anybody know the word difference between mukti and vimukti? Subtle difference. We always use the words in conjunction with each other as synonymous. But mukti means getting away from this cycle of birth and death. Vimukti means going to the Golokam, going to the kingdom of Lord. Mukti is more like merging with Brahman. Vimukti is going to Lord and serving Him in His world, as in one of the four Mukti Rupas basically. They call it Samipya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, Sarishta Mukti. There's one more, Sayujya Mukti. These four Mukti Rupas basically means you're getting a form as nice as the Lord, or you'll become as rich as the Lord, and then you're serving Him, sitting next to Him very close by, Sarupya, Salokya. Like that. So that is Vimukti. Mukti means getting liberated. Vimukti means you're not only getting liberated, but you're gifted liberation basically. Anyway, so now Yamaraj comes and asks, like, what is this? What is the importance of this place now? How can this place be so nice? Then as this is going on, there will be a crow that comes they'll be flying on the top of Purushottamappuram, like Puri basically. Then the crow, it comes there and it sees some water, and it comes down to drink that water, and it drinks that water in that pond, and it gets the Sarupya Mukti, and Vishnudutas come and takes it away. So then this Brahma asks, then Lakshmi Devi, Brahma and Yamadharmaraj comes and asks Lakshmi Devi to tell about this Jagannath Puri story. And that's how the Jagannath Puri story, the Jagannath Puri the statue comes. So the Nilachal roop of Jagannath comes there. So then Lakshmi Devi tells them the story of Markandeya Muni. You know Markandeya Muni, right? Markandeya Muni comes, he lives through 7 manvantras, 7 yugas basically. So Markandeya Muni has that power of living through 7, and he sees this place at the end of one Mahayuga, at the end of Mahapralayam. He sees this place, and then he worships Lord. He sees this place, this is undisturbed, undestroyed place, and then he reaches that place, and then he sees one tree, and on the tree leaf, he sees Mahavishnu, Vatapatra Sai, in the Vatapatra Sai form, he sees in Jagannath Puri. So till today, you have that Markandeshwara temple in Jagannath Puri, because Markandeya Muni worshipped that place. Lot of Vedas also say that Jagannath Puri is the only place that is going to remain at the end of Pralayam, because that's the only place that even Markandeya Muni was able to visit at the end of Mahapralayam basically. So when Markandeya Muni went there, he worships, he meditates on Lord. He asks this little boy, Vatapatra Sai, what is how come everything was destroyed but you are still sitting? Then he explains that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am that Lord that is responsible for all this and recreation. And then Markandeya Muni takes his shelter and he meditates there. He meditates so much so that Lord Shiva is impressed with his meditation. Lord Shiva comes and sits in front of him and tries to get his mercy, but Markandeya Muni is so much immersed in meditation that he does not even see this Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva goes inside his heart and touches his heart and wakes him up out of that meditation. And then Markandeya Muni worships Lord Shiva, and that's the what do you call it, Markandeyeshwara temple is there today in Jagannath Puri, and that is the what do you call it, I keep forgetting the names now. That's the first place you visit before you visiting Jagannath Puri. So this is the original form of Nilachal, where it comes in Mahavishnu form. But with time, that changes to the current form that you have, basically. Then there's a big story for the reason why the current form is there like that. But one of the stories we'll talk about why the current form is like that, right? A lot of kids like this form, right? Jagannath just ready to embrace anybody. He just wants to embrace anybody. And he's got what? Very big eyes just watching everybody. So let's go back to a little bit of Mahabharata story, where and why Jagannath form is like this in Kali Yuga. So nowhere you will see deities made of wooden. These are the only in Puri you will see deities made of wood. Nowhere you will see deities of siblings. This is the only place you see siblings being worshipped, basically, right? So as the story goes in Mahabharata, Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, they are born where? Where are Lord Krishna and Balaram are born? Kids, anybody? Which area it's called? Vrindavan, right? And then they go to Mathura, and then they go to the third place, Dwaraka, right? So Lord has actually gone from Vrindavan to Mathura to Dwaraka. When Lord is in Dwaraka, he is married, he is a king, right? He's king, he's Jagannath, he's the ruler of the world, basically. So in Dwaraka, one day, all his Sakhis, basically, all his wives, basically, Rukmini and everybody, were asking Rohini Mata, Rohini Devi has seen these little kids in Vrindavan, and she's living in Dwaraka along with Krishna. So they'll ask Rohini Devi, what is it so much about Vrindavan? Anytime we talk about Vrindavan, Krishna Balarama gets excited and their faces glow. They're so happy about Vrindavan stories. Then Rohini Mata will say, if I start telling those stories, and if Krishna Balaram listens to those stories, they might feel like going back. Because the whole memories will come back. It's like reunion time. They want to go back to Vrindavan mood, basically. Then they'll say, they'll tell Subhadra Devi, you stay at the door and see if Krishna Balaram are coming. Until then, Rohini Mata will be telling them the stories of Vrindavan to all other wives of Krishna. So these ladies are so engrossed into the stories of Krishna. Then so much involved into the story that they forget that even Krishna and Balaram are also standing by the door and they're listening to the stories, basically. Suddenly they will realize, Krishna Balaram are so engrossed listening to the story. So what happens is, when you are so much involved into something, the muscles, the body becomes so soft. And then Subhadra Devi sees that Krishna Balaram suddenly are listening to the story, and suddenly she sees them, and that's the form, all three of them. Their eyes so big and the bodies are shrunk inside because they're so much immersed into the story that Rohini Devi is telling to the other Sakhis, basically. So that's the story of Vrindavan. So there are other stories why Lord has justified this form. Lord says, this is the form you should be worshipped in Kali Yuga, but we are not going to go into all those stories. We'll spend another 15-20 minutes talk about small things, and then we'll conclude the class. Now, you all know that 16th we are doing Rath Yatra, right? How many of you know 16th there is a big Rath Yatra happening here? So how many of you will come for the Rath Yatra? You should all come for the Rath Yatra. Once or twice you have to hold that Rath and pull in your life, basically, right? So now I'm going to ask you a few questions. In Mahabharata or in the epic stories, where all do you see Rath coming into stories? When you talk about Ratham, what story can you hear? What? Krishna's chariot in Mahabharat war, right? Krishna's chariot in Kurukshetra war, you know that picture we all see, right? We all see that picture. Krishna and Arjuna fighting and there is a chariot, right? Any other reference to chariots? Bhagavatam, there are a lot of references to chariots. I want to listen to 3 or 4 more references to chariots. Krishna eloping Rukmini Devi. You find the chariots there. Yes? Other stories. Other nice stories where chariots are part of the story. Yeah. Sorry. Used as a vehicle for the king, right? Where else do you see that in the stories? In the Mahabharata story, where else, or Bhagavatam stories, where else you see these chariots references? Anybody else? Prabhu. Akrura comes to Vrindavan. Sir, what happens there? What happens there? Right. He sees in the water he sees Krishna's image, right? But before that, Akrura comes to Vrindavan to take these 2 boys. Then what happens? All the Gopikas resist it. That's the word. All the Gopikas resist the movement of chariot. Why do Gopikas resist the movement of chariot? Because Krishna is going away from Vrindavan. But what happens in Jagannath Puri? Everybody is curious to pull the chariot. The opposite to resistance is happening in Jagannath Puri. Right? Yes or no, sir? So, Krishna leaving Vrindavan is not something people want. Right? And in the whole chariot in Jagannath Puri, the temple is Dwaraka, is the representation of Dwaraka, and the other place, which is the other place where the chariot goes to? Gundecha Mandir. Gundecha Mandir is the reference to Vrindavan. See, they all want Krishna to come from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. And the reason? In Dwaraka, Jagannath, Krishna is Jagannath really. What does it mean? Krishna is in Aishwarya Bhava. He is in a king, he is in a ruler position. He is ruling the world. He is taking all kinds of decisions to rule the world. In Vrindavan, what is he doing? He is simply enjoying life. He is simply enjoying life. He is simply making everybody around him enjoy life. He is in Madhurya Rasa. So everybody wants Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. Why do we want God in Madhurya Rasa? In Madhurya Rasa, it's very easy to please Lord. So everybody are eager to move him from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. Because Lakshmi Devi is in Aishwarya Bhava. She cannot get rid of that Aishwarya Bhava. She is the goddess of Aishwarya. But Radha Devi is the goddess of Ananda Bhava. The bliss factor. The Radhini factor or the bliss factor is Radha Devi. And the Yatra significance, the Yatra, Jagannath Radha Yatra are pulling the Radha significance, taking Krishna from Aishwarya Bhava to Madhurya Bhava. Taking Krishna to a form that you can please him even very easily. So it's very important these 9 days, if you pray Krishna these 9 days, he's in the best state to give any vara you are asking him for. And the only desire we should have is to go back to him. Whether during these 9 days, whether you deserve or not, he will fulfill your desire of going back to Vaikuntha Loka or Goloka. So for that reason, it is very important you participate in this Rath Yatra and you should be part of that Rath Yatra, that you are taking Krishna from Dwaraka to Vrindavan, you are taking Krishna from Aishwarya Bhava to Madhurya Bhava, and be able to worship Krishna in that form and cross this ocean of samsara, basically, cross this ocean of janma mrityu jara vyadi. That's the only way you can get exit of this circle that we are always going through, year at year, life after life after life after life, basically. It's such a wonderful feeling I have, at least when during Rath Yatra time, that this is the beautiful time to please pray for the Lord. And this is what Jagannath Puri is all made of. Jagannath Puri does not have, unless other temples where there are a lot of rules and regulations, Jagannath Puri temple has no rules and regulations. All the rules and regulations of Jagannath Puri are made by devotees only. The temple does not close at all. They close the temple from 12 to 3 or 4 in the morning for devatas to come and worship Lord. That's the only reason why they close the temple for, basically. So the other time humans are worshipping, but even devatas are waiting to be relieved, waiting to get the mukti, waiting to get that vimukti. Because they're just trapped in Swargaloka. We are trapped in Bhuloka, they're trapped in Swargaloka. Even they want to worship Lord, and that's the reason they come, basically. And I don't know if you have seen Jagannath Puri. Jagannath likes to eat, basically, right? Jagannath Bhoga. There are at least, in your house you have 2 or 3 burners. If you ever go to Puri, you will see the kitchen has Ananda Bazaar kitchen that has continuously they'll be cooking. How often they cook? Continuously. And how many stoves are there? Like more than 1,000 stoves, more than 1,000 cooks they continuously cook. And I don't know if you have ever seen the way that is cooked. They put one pot and another pot on top, and only the bottom pot is what is being, they put fire and all the pots get cooked. And they don't use the pot once used for cooking. They just throw it and bring in a new pot, and like this they serve him so many things. So there are about 30,000 plus devotees daily serving Jagannath in different forms in Puri. Can you imagine? And whatever you feed him, he likes to eat. He eats, basically. Why he likes to eat? Not because he's so hungry. Not because he's so hungry. Because you are giving him with so much devotion. So whenever you give God anything with devotion, he eats. He eats because you are giving it with devotion. In Jagannath Puri, the standards of devotion are lower. He accepts lower standards of devotion. So during Kurukshetra, before Kurukshetra war, Krishna comes to Duryodhan palace for, Raibar, for discussions, basically, right? At that point of time, Duryodhan arranges big bhoga for Krishna in Dushasan's palace. Of all the palaces with Duryodhana, Dushasan palace is the most opulent palace, basically. Because Duryodhana gave most opulence to all his brothers so that they'll all support him all the time. So when that was arranged, Krishna knows that there is no devotion in that. It's only big hangama they are doing. He decides to visit Vidra, and Vidra's family, Vidra and wife, are not prepared to receive Krishna. So they with very humbly, they jumble around and see what we can offer to Krishna, and then they get some bananas and they want to offer bananas. Vidra's wife, in the excitement, she opens the banana, throws the banana and offers Krishna the peel. Krishna keeps eating the peels, basically. Has anybody ever eaten a banana peel? I don't know how, is it very tasty? I don't think so, right? But Krishna accepted banana peel. It's not the banana peel that he's accepting the devotion, basically. For him, he can accept anything, he can eat anything, because everything is created by him, basically. But when you give it with devotion, he accepts anything because he accepts the devotion, basically. And Vidra comes and says, what is happening here? What is that you're feeding? You're feeding him bananas, banana peels and not banana. And then they become so nervous, and they do sastangam, and they ask him pardon and stuff. And then they create a very nice dish out of rice, broken rice, no color. From the rice, they create something like a small appam, like a dish, and they give it to Krishna. And then that is still to date is served to Jagannath every day, basically. So anything is happening in Puri has a story. not really so much about Vedic reference, but devotee reference basically. So they feed Jagannath with neem paste, they feed Jagannath with that thing, a pan daily, all these things, because Jagannath accepted them from one or other devotee in his life. So dear devotees, we all want to become that kind of lovers of Jagannath, because he is Jagannath, he is father of everybody, and he is so merciful, and that's a chance for us to improve our devotional surrender to Lord during this Jagannath Rath Yatra time, these 9 days when Jagannath is actually in mood of Vrindavan, is in the mood of Madhurya Leela. So anything and everything he forgives and forgets during this period. And let's take that opportunity. Please come daily. Please come to the Rath Yatra and make use of these nice classes, nice pandal they put together for this Jagannath Rath Yatra celebrations. So please take this opportunity. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If there anybody have any questions, I'll try to answer 1 or 2 questions. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next program. Anybody have any questions, any comments, questions or anything? So especially if some of you are first time into this kind of classes, please come regularly, please give your time. Soon we are going to start Telugu Bhagavad Gita classes here coming into August every Sunday morning. Already other classes are happening, so we'll also start Telugu Bhagavad Gita classes Sunday mornings from August basically. Watch out for the information and try to join us. Hare Krishna.
Of the devotees. With us, one of the devotee came from Puri Jagannath, with the Jagannath Prasad. So I am fortunate to ask him to come to the dais. Please, Vivek Prabhu, let us chant Hare Krishna from Vivek Prabhu. He is bringing the blessing from Jagannath Puri. So we are so fortunate. You might be knowing that Jagannath Puri is famous. Jagannath is famous for his Chapan Bhog. Inside, in the Chapan Bhog, there is one sweet, is called Chenna Poda. One of the favorite dishes of Jagannath, Rasagulla, Chenna Poda. So we are fortunate that he has brought the Chenna Poda to offer the Jagannath here from Puri. So let us chant Hare Krishna mantra for Vivek Prabhu. Let us chant everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Vivek Prabhu, for bringing the sweet of Odisha. You all will taste today the best taste sweet of Odisha. We have a donation counter of temple donation, Rath Yatra donation here just in front of. Please everyone visit to our counter. Please learn about what are the different options available. हमारा काउंटर एक खुला गया है वहाँ पे टेम्पल डोनेशन के लिए. वहाँ पे डिफरेंट ऑप्शन है. छोटे से छोटे अमाउंट से बड़े अमाउंट तक दे सकते हैं. वो आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. आपका लाइफ टाइम में एक बार आप डोनेट कर सकते हैं लाइफ टाइम के लिए, क्योंकि ज़िंदगी में एक ही बार कोई टेम्पल कंस्ट्रक्ट होता है. हमारे पास बहुत सुंदर सा गौशाला है. हम एक बहुत बड़ा एक मेगा किचन कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं जहाँ पर आप कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं. और हमारा नरसिंह देव का जो डीटी है, भगवान जो आएंगे उसके लिए भी स्पॉन्सरशिप कर सकते हैं. So please visit our temple construction and Rath Yatra donation store. We have a beautiful store where all the decorative items you can use. We have the nice khaja. This khaja, Jagannath khaja also brought by this Prabhu only. He has coordinated. So big Hari Bol for Prabhu for khaja, Jagannath khaja. Hari Bol.
Prabhu ji chale aana, tumhara roop mein aana, tumhara roop mein aana, Sita साथ लेके धनुष साथ लेके, सीता साथ लेके धनुष साथ लेके
वासुदेव प्रद्युम्न राम राम कृष्ण नारायणाच्युता वामन गोविन्द वासुदेव प्रद्युम्न राम राम कृष्ण नारायणाच्युता दामोदरानिरुद्ध दैव पुण्डरीकाक्ष दामोदरानिरुद्ध दैव पुण्डरीकाक्ष नामत्रयाधीश नमो नमो नामत्रयाधीश नमो नमो माधवा केशवा मधुसूदन विष्णु श्रीधरा पदनकं चिन्तयामि यूयं पुरुषोत्तमा पुण्डरीकाक्ष दिव्य हरिसङ्कर्षण अरोक्षजा पुरुषोत्तमा पुण्डरीकाक्ष दिव्य हरिसङ्कर्षण अदोक्षजा नरसिंह ऋषिकेश नरहरा त्रिविक्रम नरसिंह ऋषिकेश नरहरा त्रिविक्रम शरणागत रक्ष जय जय सेवे शरणागत रक्ष जय जय सेवे माधवा केशवा मधुसूदन विष्णु श्रीधरा पदनकं चिन्तयामि यूयम् महिता जनार्दन मश्च कूर्मवराः सहज भार्गवा बुद्धा जयतुरगा कल्की महिता जनार्दन मश्च कूर्मवराः सहज भार्गवा बुद्धा जयतुरगा कल्की विहित विज्ञान श्री वेंकटेश शुभकरं विहित विज्ञान श्री वेंकटेश शुभकरम् अहमिह तव पददास्यमनिशं भजामि अहमिह तव पददास्यमनिशं भजामि माधवा केशवा मधुसूदन विष्णु श्रीधरा पदनकं चिन्तयामि यूयं चिन्तयामि यूयं चिन्तयामि यूयं.
Thank you. Kaliyuga, when he gave the mantra, what did he say? He wrote a very beautiful composition. It's called Shikshashtakam prayers. They say, Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jeevanam आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिहाजनी नानुरागः. What is he saying? He is saying that the holy names, what is the power of the holy names? Cheto darpanam arjanam, our mirror of the heart. Around the heart there is a mirror that's called the mind. In the mind, all these anarthas, the kama, krodha, moha, lobha, mada, matsaryas, they have filled the mirror as if it were a dust. And we are not able to see our true identity, which is the soul within. The soul within is the true identity of every living entity. But we are not able to see that. Why? Because all the mirror of the heart is actually covered with dust. What does Harinam do? It can clean that mind. మొత్తం క్లీన్ చేసేస్తుంది మన మైండ్. ఈ అనర్థాలన్నింటినీ క్లీన్ చేసేసి మనం ఏంటి, మన ఆత్మ అన్నది సచ్చిదానంద, ఆత్మ అన్నది ఇటర్నల్, అది మన ట్రూ ఐడెంటిటీ అని స్థాపితం చేస్తుంది అనమాట. సో దాట్ పవర్ ద హోలీ నేమ్ హ్యాస్. నామ్ అకారి బహుధా నిజ సర్వశక్తిస్. ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద లార్డ్ దెర్ ఈస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పొటెన్సీ, లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఎంపవర్డ్ ఇన్ ద నేమ్. The name can do everything that Lord can do. Name can fight demons, the demons of the heart. Lord will fight the demons in real. Name can fight the demons of the heart. So that's why all these wonderful souls who perform today have reminded us names of Lord so many times through their performances. I'm very grateful to the teacher who actually trained them, little ones, starting from young to old, and all the mothers who are taking this time to give them that Vedic culture. That's why this is what Iskcon Vedic Culture Center, right? And this is where something like Shilpakala Vedika అంటే ఎంత దూరం వెళ్ళాలి మనం, కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడే మన చుట్టుపక్కలలోనే ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది, where there is no fee for you to do anything. You can come, you can actually perform. Okay, so thank you so much to all the mothers, to the teachers for wonderful performances. We'll have the next announcement.
Thank you, Mataji. So so we can have next performance. Just a small announcement. So how many of you visited the Gaushala here? Only this many? Please do visit. We have a very beautiful Gaushala here, and there's a Gau Seva opportunity. Beautiful, lovely cows. Spend time with them. Now in foreign we are having those, anti-depression camps where people are going and hugging cows. We have it here. So whenever you're feeling low, just come here and hug the cows, and all the depression, all the negative thoughts will go away. You can have the next performance. Let's welcome Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Mahimanava Namo Namo Navanita Chora Namo Namo Navamahimanava Namo Namo Vamana Namo Namo Hari Narayana Keshava Sudha Krishna Narasimha Vamana Namo Namo Murahara Padmanabha Murahara Padmanabha Mukunda Govinda Murahara Padmanabha Mukunda Govinda Naranarayana Namo Namo Murahara Padmanabha Mukunda Govinda Naranarayana Namo Namo Navanita Chora Namo Namo Navamahimanava Namo Namo Nigamagochara Vishnu Meerajaksha Vasudeva Nagadara Nanda Gopal Namo Namo Nigamagochara Vishnu Meerajaksha Vasudeva Nagadara Nanda Gopal Namo Namo Trigunaatira Deva Trigunaatira Deva Trivikrama Dwaraka Trigunaatira Deva Trivikrama Dwaraka Nagaradinayaka Namo Namo గోవింద గోవిందయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే గోవింద గోవిందయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే హరి అచ్యుతాయని పాడరే పురుషోత్తమాయని పొగడరే పరమ పురుషాయని పలుకరే సిరివరయనుచును చెలగరే జనులు పరమ పురుషాయని పలుకరే సిరివరయనుచును చెలగరే జనులు గోవింద 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 గోవిందయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే పాండవ వరదాయని పాడరే అండజవాహను కొనియాడరే కొండల రాయనినే కోరరే దండితో మాధవునిని తలచరు జనులు కొండల రాయనినే కోరరే దండితో మాధవునిని తలచరు జనులు గోవింద 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 గోవిందయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే దేవుడు శ్రీ విభుడని తెలియరే శోభలానంతుని చూడరే శ్రీ వెంకటనాథుని చేరరే పావనమయ్యకుడు బతుకరే జనులు శ్రీ వెంకటనాథుని చేరరే పావనమయ్యకుడు బతుకరే జనులు గోవింద 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 గోవిందయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే గోవిందాయని కొలువరే జై జగన్నాథ్.
Let's give a huge round of applause for the group. Hari Bol. फटाफट अंदर आओ నేను పేర్లు చెప్తాను అలర్ట్ గా రండి ఐక్య నీరా ఆద్య మీరు ఇచ్చేస్తుంటారు అందరికి ఇచ్చేసేయండి లేదు అక్కడ కింద ఇచ్చేసి ఆద్య ఆరాధ్య సహస్ర రితీష మిహిరా रिद्धि सान्विका वेदांशिका अवान विधान सायंश निहाल लाश्रिता विरांश yes thank you so much for your enthusiastic part thanking Sundar Keshav Prabhu for giving them the certificate of appreciation. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
తర్వాత కార్యక్రమం భగవంతుడికి హారతి. మీరందరూ కూడా ఎవరెవరి ప్లేస్ నుంచి వారు నిల్చొని అందరూ కూడా దగ్గరికి రండి. జగన్నాథుడికి గౌరవహారతి చేద్దాం.
श्रील अवचरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्रद्धास की, प्रभु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरवृंद की, श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंदारा गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ धाम की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुब्रह्मण्य की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुब्रह्मण्य संध्या की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे की।
Jai
భక్తి టీవీని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి, లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి.